we are
Wait, yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
We are
Love,
back
love.
for another episode of Ethan. That's no
Wait,
shade
what?
on you. There's no
Nah. There's no room. There's no room.
there's no room, bro. Like,
That is so cheeky.
and I'm only
In my
above you by
opinion,
bro. I'm only above you from alphabetical order. Literally alphabetical order. We have the same goal.
I would say you're above because you beat a top 6 side, but that's just me.
That's
Boy.
that's fine. But in the table,
Here's
I'm
what it
above
is.
you. In the table, I'm above you. So,
Fair enough.
yeah. So, Ethan, I'm sorry you have to be accompanied by the bum below me, but it's just the way certain things work, innit? Do you know what I'm saying?
No problem.
Don't worry, man. We won't see you as an underling, if that helps.
Yeah.
You know?
Thank you.
But we are back for another episode of Big Sixpence. Obviously, we are joined by the gang today. Obviously, we're joined by Cores, Casey, Ethan, and Kiz. And obviously, it is the daily transfer show. But of course, there was a Monday night fixture, including the top 16, which was Arsenal. So that is the first thing we obviously will be talking about. Ten Hag under pressure will be the next topic after that. And of course, Jeremy Doku looks like he's very close. He's on the plane on his way to go and have his medical for Manchester City. So that's something that looks like it's going to be happening very, very soon. They're going to get their Mara's replacement after the Paqueta deal seems to have fallen through. There are a few other whispers, obviously West Ham and their bid for Kudus as well, but we can touch on that maybe at the end of the show or anything like that. But yeah, we are back for another episode of Big Sixpence. Man, how are we doing today?
Bro, I'm Gucci, boy. I'm so nice. I thought,
Yeah, 3 point collector.
3 points, man. Like, I'm
That's it.
calm.
2 for 2.
Can't complain. Get me?
Good, man. It's a hard-fought win as well. Very hard-fought win. You had to dig deep. 10 men. Never easy. Never easy. You know what I'm saying?
It's like Central C said, it was 3 for 3, now it's 6 for 6. You know how it goes, man.
Yeah,
Keep moving.
Let's
Keep moving, man.
Yeah, man. Let's see who's in the chat at the moment. So big up Ravi. He says, yo, Big Sixpence. Big up Kai in the house as well. So big up to all the man, especially Corey. Love you, bro. Big up Marcus. Amongst that was so unnecessary.
Man.
Marcus, obviously, it's always going to feel unnecessary when United are the butt of the joke, my friend. You know this.
Always.
Big up TBG in the chat. Big up Murtaza. He goes, Mount injury. Not wishing injury on any player, but watch us be better now that he's injured. The scapegoat in this.
Wait, Mount's injured.
Apparently.
What did he
get? You know what it is? Kids, the scapegoating is crazy. These men think without Mount, like they're like the Don Dadders again. Bro.
You know what's so funny? Yeah,
a little bit more better. Like it's not that.
You know what kills me about United? Because now McTominay is gonna play, and if they fuck up against Forest, they're gonna blame him. Like,
bro, it's because Maguire can't be blamed from the bench.
Yeah,
there's no De Gea, Maguire. There
always has to be somebody of United. There's always has to.
Bro. The scapegoat thing is mad. It is what it is though. Hey, listen, it was Henderson for us. We've all got one of those in our team. You know what I'm saying? Where they could not even have the worst game, but they'll get the blame. You know what I'm saying? Big up Christian and Zoe goes, congrats boys on the W's. Almost everyone got
Key words, trust me.
Silent Win 7 says that Tomiyasu sending off yesterday was a disgrace. They tried to shag us, but we are the best team. We are the best away team in the land. Yeah, very, very good.
Even yesterday, they tried to shag it still.
I agree.
Big up T in the house as well. Says smash the like and subscribe on your way in as well. Big up Honesty in the house as well. He also said, McAllister's red was overturned, and rightly so. That was a stinker from the officials. I mean, we can all agree on that one. Good news all around. Not a bad day for the news, to be honest. Let's start with the Arsenal game. Arsenal won, Palace 0. Obviously, the Monday fixture. I'd say the difficult win. But a lot of Arsenal fans, what I've seen on Arsenal Twitter, Arsenal YouTube, they're not too convinced by the performance and Arteta's starting formations. They're happy, and me as a neutral. Listen, you got the points on the board, innit? But after you get the points on the board, then comes like the finer details. And I do kind of agree with the whole not Gabriel not starting, Zinchenko not being fully fit, but Tomiyasu now out for a game, I believe. Partey at right back. It seems a little bit, everything's being moved around a bit. And Kai
But that's
Havertz.
how that's no. I have no issues with this. To me, this is perfect. If my team is able to be jaded like this and still win games and still look good in most parts of the game, bro, this is fine because I know it can only get better. To yesterday, I didn't really have too many issues with the team. Maybe Nketiah should have finished his chances, but I think all in all, the team played well. Yeah, Crystal Palace had their chances. They will do. They're at home, but I think everyone to a man had a good performance. So
This is what I said as well. Like
I
it is
don't know why people would be annoyed. What? Because we didn't blitz them 4-0 and
like,
Martinelli didn't get 2 goals, Saka didn't score a banger. Like that's not gonna happen every game. Like there's gonna be games. City just won 1-0 the other day, and it took a moment of brilliance, and Foden was playing out of his mind. Like you have those games where it takes everyone for a good performance. I think it was a good performance. I don't know why
bro,
everyone's
bro, you
like,
know what it
City
is
were
as well.
playing Newcastle, fam.
Yeah, but bro, we're playing Palace, bro. City played Palace last season, and they
and
won
and they
1-0 with a penalty.
with a
Same way.
penalty.
So what?
And
Listen,
that wasn't lauded as a good performance. That's the difference.
no, but you're gonna get that. Like Casey said, we're playing Palace away with 10 men for the last 30 minutes. Like that's gonna happen. Like we still had chances, we still dominated the ball. Like what do you want? Like I don't understand.
But all I'm saying
it's
is,
not about
last
what I want.
season, you man are scoring like 2 goals. You're attacking the box. You're looking threatening. Yesterday, like I said, Kay, I felt like I was gonna fall asleep, fam.
Yeah, bro, I get that. I don't, and that's what I said. We don't play football and try and win games to please the masses. We don't do that, bro. Like, that's not how it is. We play football to control the game and win the game and get trophies. That's all we want. All this tiki-taka stuff that you man do, you man done it against Brentford and drew 2-2.
So
Like,
what, can I expect a Prem at the end of the season if we continue?
You can,
this
bro. That's the goal. The goal is to get big boy trophies and perform in games. It's not always gonna look pretty and pleasing on the eye and 3-4-0. It's not always gonna be like that. Some days you have to ride out.
You guys have just gone full circle from what I've actually asked you and what I've said. I said there are a lot of Arsenal fans that are showing signs of concern due to some of the decisions that Arteta is making with his starting 11 going forward. Yes, you won the game, but there's certain decisions that are looking like it won't be sustainable throughout the season. I'm not telling you about tiki-taka.
Why
nice
not? Why
points. I don't care. Hey, I don't care about. Hey,
but I don't get. What do you mean? It won't be. What's not sustainable?
Yeah.
Like, I need specifics roughly because I don't get what that means.
Okay, I'll bring up some of the points that I've heard. I don't agree with all of these, but Zinchenko not being fully fit and Timber and Tomiyasu not being available. Ben White playing centre back. How long is that going to last?
Tomiyasu's not available for one game.
And Zinchenko's back. Zinchenko's back. So
yeah, but again, you don't know how fit he is. You don't know how fit he is in terms.
I still have Tierney. I'm playing Fulham. The game that Tomiyasu's missing is Fulham.
Okay.
If Tierney and Zinchenko as a duo cannot win that game,
you just spoke about how Palace away is this a ridiculous.
At home, at the carpet.
That's
I'm
fine.
at home, bro.
I'm bringing.
No, it's not. That's fine. No, don't say that's fine and then just move on. Like,
no. One's a away game, one's a home game. Like the two separate things.
Again, we've just spoken about Crystal Palace, right? And you are the best away team, right? Yeah, but you are the best away team. You are the best away team. So
one of and we won.
Right. My point
only
is,
Arsenal could get the negative with the win.
No. I'm asking you. You don't getting so defensive. Why are you not so defensive?
Why is it even like we won the game, we controlled the game, we won the game, we move on. Like,
we're talking about the finer details of the game, and you lot don't want to hear it.
No, you're not though. You're telling me about my future squad and what they can't do in the future. Why it's not sustainable.
I didn't say that. Stop shooting the messenger. Stop.
No, but you're saying no. But this is what this. No, I'm not saying that you're saying it.
Hold on. I'm asking you lot questions, and I didn't even get to the end of my first point before I got to the others. I said that the first thing I said was I don't actually agree with all of these, but this is what I've been told, and I want to get you lots.
Say the ones you agree with. Say the ones you agree with.
Just let me ask. Just let me ask. Forget my opinion.
All right,
go on.
This is My opinion don't matter. This is Arsenal, not Liverpool.
Go on.
Guard, guys, the guard. Now, all I was asking, so when we're talking about the defensive line, Partey, Ben White at centre back, Gabriel not starting, and we're not too sure how fit Zinchenko is, and obviously Tomiyasu. There's question marks over his like quality, and obviously the red card I think was harsh, by the way. You know, it's obviously a little bit. It's not the way that Arsenal 100% play. Of course, when Zinchenko plays, that's when you see the champagne Arsenal playing out from the back. I think Ben White had the right. What I think is that Ben White playing when he's right back and Zinchenko is when they're playing right and left back. Obviously, is when you get that Arsenal camping, that press, and it's more sustainable. But obviously, that back line is a lot different to what you guys usually play. Is that something that you guys feel is contributing to things being a little bit more slower, and you're not really slicing teams open or is it more to do with maybe Jesus not being there and maybe like Kai Havertz playing centre mid, because Rice was man of the match. That's 2 man of the matches in 2 games, by the way. He's been excellent. Like well worth the price tag straight away. 2 games, 2 man of the matches. But a lot of people are like not sure with the back line. They're not sure where Kai Havertz's role kind of is. And as soon as Jesus comes back, does he just go straight to the bench? What is it that kind of you guys think that? Do you know what I'm saying? Because it's creating a bit of confusion amongst the fan base, and you guys seem quite positive. So let me know.
It is, yeah. You know what it is. People need to understand, yeah. Listen, Tomiyasu is our third choice left back. That's the first thing that people need to understand. So in any team in the whole world, if you're playing your third choice left back, there's gonna be a little bit of a drop off in quality. We all know that, yeah. So by the way, Tomiyasu actually had a decent game before he got sent off. Yesterday,
he was right.
I think he had a decent game. However, we know, like you said once, when Zinni's back, that's when you get the real quality, because he's on the ball. Technically, he's better than Tomiyasu. You all know that. So when Zinchenko is back, you will then see Gabriel start, because that's what it's all about. Gabriel starts when Zinni starts. If Zinni's not starting, then we kind of have to play Partey, because you don't get the midfield.
That wasn't the case last season. Zinni was injured enough times.
I know, Ethan. What happened last season?
We went close to winning the title.
No, but we didn't win it. It's about closing the gaps, bro.
So wait, Gabriel can only play when Zinni plays?
No, not can only. I'm saying it's better when we play Partey, because Partey is the extra man in midfield. When Zinni plays, he inverts. When Zinni's not playing, there's no one to invert. Do you get it?
What does this have to do with Gabriel though?
Because Gabriel's the extra man. If you play Partey at right back, he can invert. We can't play Gabriel and Partey. It don't make sense. Because then Tomiyasu's there. That's
quickly, kids, because you're now doing the flip side. You told me not too long ago you've now got 2 for every position, and you're talking about there's going to be a drop off if you play your backup. I don't get it.
Again, I just explained to
the
you.
whole point that when you bring in the players on the bench, the level doesn't drop.
Bro, you're completely ignoring what I'm saying, bro. I just told you that Tomiyasu's our third choice. He's not a backup. Timber's a backup. Timber's injured. So now
there was no backup.
Huh?
You said there was no backups.
Bro, this guy alright, fam. I'm telling you, bro, the first choice is Zinchenko, second choice is Timber, and third choice is Tomiyasu. That's it.
So you never said there was no backups.
So when the third choice plays, there's gonna be a drop off in quality. That's what happens in any.
So Tierney's fourth choice.
Tierney's fourth choice, yes. That's
playing him, and he's playing Fulham. He's playing against Fulham.
No, Zinchenko is back fit against Fulham.
Oh yeah, you're right.
But let me get to the super chat and we'll continue talking about this. Big up Wu-Tang Gambino with the £2 donation. He goes, Kiz and Casey a bit touchy, pressure on you, man. Bro, I do not know where the defense is.
We won the game.
It's just weird.
This is my point.
Because
that's my point. I was not gunning your team. I was not gunning your team. There was no like. Do you know what I'm saying?
I'm not gunning you, Montel. I'm responding.
I just said
to what you're saying, bro. I'm just
no. You man, when you watch it back, you man. Look,
bottom line is, Montel. Bottom line is these type of performances, yeah, are arguably the best ones, bro. These performances here, yeah, hard fought. Every man in the team, to a man, played their part. coaching staff, everyone, bro. Because these games where things aren't going your way, you go down to 10 men, 30 minutes to go, and you've got to ride it out, bro. 1-0, we get a penalty to like, bro. These games, bro, are top performances all
You're
over
gonna
the
get
pitch,
them.
bro.
You're gonna get them.
You're gonna
You
get
were
them.
doing this
So,
last season.
I don't
You were doing this last season as well, like the Nottingham
correct,
Forest
bro.
one.
Correct.
That's my
You
point. That's
don't
my
drop to your
point, Corey.
knees.
Corey,
You
that's my
don't do that.
point. The Nottingham
These
Forest
performances
last year,
happen.
we would have lost that. We did lose that.
Hmm.
Now with the tweaks, I don't think we lose that. It's about closing the gaps.
Yeah, I know, bro. I know what you're saying, but I'm saying, are you completely okay with the whole Gabriel not playing, Havertz
I'm
playing?
okay.
Of course
okay.
not. I'm not.
When Zinn's back,
So
okay.
yeah, that's I asked you that, bro.
But I don't.
I
But it's not. I'm not upset enough to
I
be
didn't say- I
bothered
didn't
and be
say
like, oh my
upset.
gosh, Gabriel's not
But I-
playing. Oh my gosh,
but I
like what we're
didn't
gonna
say-
do?
But that wasn't the
Like, it's
question,
just-
bro. I said, is that something to look at going forward? That is why I asked you, though.
Not
Not at
really.
all.
Not really. If that's the question, then no, not really.
Because Zinny, like I said, Zinny's back.
So you're happy to play this way for the rest of the season? Because that's what I mean. Going
No,
forward,
but then that's a different question. That's a different question.
I asked you going forward. I said going forward.
But then you said rest of the
is that
season, and you just drastically changed it to the rest of the season.
Is this something that would you like? Would you have liked to see any changes? Like, do you want to see any changes, bro? Like, because I'm looking at me. If you want my opinion on Carlos, I'm looking at and I'm thinking, what are you bringing to this Arsenal team? I'm not seeing it. So for I'd be like, bro, going forward, the second Jesus comes back, I'd want to see a change.
Of course, but we can't do that right now. Right now, we can't do that.
Wait, did you say Havertz?
No, he's saying
I don't know
Havertz
what he's
and
bringing to your
Jesus.
team.
Like, Jesus isn't here.
Let's
call this super chat.
Havertz is a midfielder.
He's not a midfield.
But he played in midfield. He didn't play up front yesterday.
I didn't. That's not. I know he didn't.
No, because you said Havertz and you mentioned Jesus. What's Jesus got to do with Havertz?
No, because Nketiah will drop out. Jesus will come in, and I believe you'll make a change to your midfield. I believe Partey will go back in the midfield. That's just what I think.
You're right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
And then Havertz will be the one to step out of the midfield. That's why. That's why I said when Jesus comes back.
Correct, bro.
That's fine.
So again, what I'm saying is, I don't really see what he's bringing to the team. And I'm looking at Declan Rice, and he's shining very brightly. I really
Havertz is gonna need time. Clearly, he's not Rice. Rice is coming off the back of winning the European trophy for West Ham. Like, things were going sweet for him. Havertz is coming off the back of basically being pushed out the club. Like, no one wanted him. So like, things are gonna take time, innit? Like, he's not played bad. He's not played terrible. He hasn't dropped a stinker, but he hasn't, blown the roof off yet. But like, just give him time, innit?
He's won the most.
I hear it.
I can see
I'm willing
Havertz.
to wait.
I could see Havertz improving like his general all-round game, like which I thought was completely on the floor. Yesterday,
you can see he's getting better. He's
not moving me, but it's looking.
It's 2 games.
Something's coming together.
I disagree. He was doing that for Chelsea. The all-round game thing that he was doing, he was still doing that for Chelsea.
He definitely
was, bro. Ask any Chelsea fan. You can do that. Like, he can retain and keep the ball. He was not a donkey. He just wasn't. He was far from clinical.
He's won the most duels in back-to-back games for Arsenal. So
statistically, he's won more duels than Rice. All right.
He has.
Rice has been man of the match for both of the games. Havertz, listen, if you're trying to prop up Havertz in these
that just means the overall midfield is excelling. That's what it means. We don't look overrun in midfield anymore.
When did you ever look overrun in midfield?
No, I'm saying that. No. I'm saying against teams like Palace with 10 men, we even controlled the game at a certain point. You see when Zinny and Jorginho come on and Kiwior,
you
were bopping them about.
Yeah, that was serious. Yeah, that 5 minutes was a serious 5 minutes of serious football. But we're going to get onto the substitutions. Let's hit the 2 super chats, by the way. Big up TBG with a £10 super chat. We appreciate you, brother. You guys controlled the game up until the red card. We were boring but more efficient. Start slow, peak later. No issues with the lineup. He's accommodating Z's absence. Partey is creating the overload instead.
Thank you.
So big up with the super chat. Liverpool till I die says they were tactically versatile. Now some different lineups. Let's say that as well. Corey and Ethan, what are your takes on it?
That game was boring. That game was
just sort of like the whole, because the difference in lineups, because as I said, there's been a little bit of concern, but also like there's another way of looking at it and saying, listen, we can win dirty with not half our team. That's too far, but we can win dirty with.
I don't think there's any concern though. You know, you're looking at what Keys and Casey have said. You're looking at Tomiyasu, which is their third choice. Their main centre back isn't playing. We've already said that. You know, Ben White as a centre back. Personally, I don't think it works. But you're still playing the same way. You're still going forward the same way, and you're creating the chances. Yes, you're susceptible to a bit more damage at the back due to the fact that you don't have your best defensive line, but that doesn't mean that you guys can't keep this clean sheets.
Yeah, exactly. But my thing is that as well is like the whole Gabriel thing. Would you say like with that Gabriel thing, you reckon that's a tactical thing, though? Or is that just
of course? For now,
sometimes Gabriel's a bit rash, and I feel like Ben White's more composed, isn't it? Like I don't even rate Ben White too tough, but he's very composed, isn't it? And he analyzes the game well. So I'd rather in that situation when you haven't got your best line, I'd rather have Ben White there to be composed, because Tomiyasu, like I still think Tomiyasu's a question mark, isn't it? Because he doesn't play as much as all the other players. So, you know, when the going gets tough, brother's composed and he can deal with the situation. Ben White sometimes.
It's not that. I don't think it's that.
Yeah, it's not even that.
I just think for now, Arteta wants ball playing centre backs in it, because we dropped to a 3 at the back. Ramsdale needs to be able to give it to any of the centre backs. By the way. All right, cool.
Yeah. I still think Gabriel starts. I think he starts next game though. I do think
Gabriel can drop in any game because he's a leader, bro. He's quality. He can come in any game and do his thing. Like for Gabriel's sweet. You saw him come on and just lock things off.
For me, yesterday, I found that game mad boring in it, and I think there's a point to be made in terms of Zinchenko missing and Gabriel, so you lose the build up from the back. But I think going forward, there's just a lack of bite, and I hear all this Martinelli thing when he's without Jesus. He just looks toothless, isn't it? When he's with Jesus, he looks like probably your deadliest player, bar Saka. But without him, he's just not it, innit? And I think even Crystal Palace away, especially that first 60 minutes before you had the red card, it just looked like I couldn't tell when you're gonna score. Like it's just not pointless possession, but
Crystal Palace played well. Why are the man them giving Crystal Palace prop?
Ange's got intent. Like we're going at it, you can see we're trying to create chances.
Oh, you make me sick.
Yesterday, I couldn't see what was going on.
Let's segue it to the attack then, because I think we still need to give Declan Rice some credit. I was gonna go to Declan Rice next, but let's talk about the attack then, because obviously Saka, not his best game. I think, and Eddie Nketiah, I think he's come under a lot of criticism. I think Nketiah played really well. I'm on the complete other side of it. I really like his performance. Yeah, cool, the 2 chant. I think it's fine margins in the Premier League where if the penalty doesn't happen, if the foul's given and the penalty doesn't happen and Arsenal draw that game 0-0, Nketiah is literally getting dashed under the bus. But on the other hand, the penalty is given. You score the penalty, you ride out the game, you get your hard-fought 3 points. I'm here saying, oh, you know what, Eddie, he had some good movement today, some good turns. He was unlucky hitting the post. I think he shouldn't have gone for the chip in the first half. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, you start talking about things like that. I think it's just the fine margins. And for me, I think I really like what Eddie's doing for the team, especially he was the one who won the penalty. People seem to forget that one a little bit as well. So, and for me, Martinelli as well, again, not really too impressed with him. But again, Odegaard, sensational. And Havertz, don't know what he brings going forward at all. But yeah, that was my thing on the going forward.
I don't know with the Nketiah thing, by the way. I don't really know, due to the fact that, you know, what I rate about Nketiah is like follows a fox in the box and can finish. Obviously, last game we didn't see that, but I'm starting to think, if he's just getting the penalties and making the good runs, I'm literally seeing the same thing as Jesus, because Jesus does the exact same thing And
no. Obviously, Jesus is better, but bro, Nketiah,
The absolute cheek.
Wait, I don't get it. We're cool.
he's not
He's
like, I think that's just a bit to say he's just a fox in the box is a little bit disrespectful, because if you see on the ball, he does check his shoulder very well with the half turn. He's done it enough times now for you to command him to see that he's got that half turn on smash in it, and he was very unlucky to hit the post. I think the fact that he's even decided to chip the keeper is actually out of confidence.
Boy,
that shows me where he's at in it.
I said comfort. Nah, that's a stretch.
Bro,
wait, but Montel, that's
again. Fine margins. If they lose that game, fine margins. If they lose the game,
that's decision making. You're in front of goal, just put your.
But the first thing I said is we know Ngedi is good at finishing, but he just missed those 2 chances. Fair enough, like that's gonna happen. But what I want to see from Nketiah now is something a bit different that elevates him above Jesus, because you know at the end of the day, I personally think Nketiah's got better finishing than Jesus. So
everyone knows that.
Like if Eddie wants to now start being that number 9. That's actually starting rather than starting because Jesus ain't there. He needs to now switch it up and do a bit more to make himself stand out more.
I think that's nah. I don't agree.
What do you mean?
Bro, he's had 2 great games. He's had 2 great games.
I'm not saying. Wait, hold on a second. I'm not saying he hasn't had 2 great games. But if Jesus is fit now, is he starting?
No, but that's Arteta's choice. That's not down to Nketiah.
That's the picture, that's how it's supposed to be.
Hold on a second. That's my point. Would you guys rather not see Nketiah start? Do you guys have more faith in Nketiah making finishing your chances?
Corey, you know what that's like saying? That's like saying, oh, Alvarez needs to be better than Haaland, so Alvarez can start over Haaland for City.
No, it's just saying what. No, bro. I'm not getting onto Nketiah. I'm asking you a question. What do you think Eddie Nketiah should do to cement himself into the starting lineup? Man, I don't think I'm just.
No, but I don't need him to cement himself. I don't need to happen.
Oh, you don't care.
Before we do that, people, there's just under 300 people in the house right now, but we're only sitting on 88 likes. So you don't already know what I'm gonna say. The like button is just below Corey's right shoulder. It is free. Smash the like button, people. We should easily be on about 150 likes. We haven't even set the like button. I can't even lie. We actually forgot to do that. That's my bad. But make sure we should at least, I'd say 200 likes is a fair one today. So let's at least smash that like button and get to over 100 likes, and let's get to 200 throughout the video. There we go. We're already at 100. So let's keep on liking the video upon entry as well. And make sure you give us a subscribe as well. We have hit 6,300 subs, and we are now on the road to 6,400 subs. We're about 60 subs away. So again, if you're not subscribed as well, make sure you stop right now.
Subscribe, man.
Sure you hit the subscribe button, man, and all that good stuff. Carry on, man. Sorry, there's a super chat. There was one more super chat as well. Big up Liverpool till I die. FSG out. He goes, Roy hasn't lost at home since his return, so it's not easy to get a win at Palace.
Correct. I expect everyone the way especially Ethan is speaking. I expect him to whoosh up Palace at Selhurst Park.
Big facts.
Whoosh up. When I say whoosh, I mean 3-0 whooshing.
I'm not denying that. That's a difficult fixture, bro. Crystal Palace away.
No. The first thing you said.
Trying to dig it, bro. Trying to dig it.
He was trying to dig it.
But what I'm saying
up the performance.
Brother, I pick you man up. You man got your 3 in it, and you're on 6 points. That's hard, maximum points. But what I'm saying is the manner of the way you won. I'm not convinced. Last season, like I said to kids, you man would have washed them up 2-0, 3-0. Like, let's be real. We did across their box. Martinelli would have got one. Saka would have got one, and flipping probably Eddie or Odegaard. Like,
but Crystal Palace weren't as good back then as they are now. I think they're a better side now. But Crystal Palace are a decent side, bro.
What's they changed?
What do you mean?
I was just gonna get
Eze's got better in it.
No, but there was no lease.
And they don't have a lease.
The other centre back as well, the one from Bournemouth. The other centre back as well.
Guy and Anderson, cold, and they had them last season. That's not the point.
No.
Why are you man not breaking this down? You have the tools. You just spent 100 M's on Declan Rice.
Bro, we broke it down. We won 1-0. No, honestly, where are you not getting like? Did you man watch the same game as us like last night?
Yes, I did.
Like,
That was
Yeah,
crap.
it's mad.
where are you getting that we didn't break them down? Where you getting?
Don't say you lost. Stop saying that. By
Yeah,
the way.
You know what
sorry.
it is? Because I didn't have 50 shots. I didn't have
I
50 shots, and the keeper wasn't
Okay.
constantly
Brother, last
diving
season
across
you would
his
have
Yeah,
goal. Like,
it's waffling, bro. Man.
Last
I
season
think-
you would have had 50 shots and
I
Blackman.
think
it's
I think a
mad.
fair evaluation is to say that
Just mad, fam.
Arsenal are allowed to win other than smashing a team in it.
Thank you.
But a clear observation is that Arsenal don't look as potent going forward, but they actually look more resolute defensively. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. I'd rather be harder to beat, personally, in my opinion. But I think that without Gabriel Jesus, I think there are reasons why Arsenal don't look as potent. I don't think it's a tactical reason why Arsenal don't look as potent going forward. Plus, Crystal Palace didn't have Elise and Zaha, so they set up with the low block yesterday. It was straight defense versus attack. Can Edward hold the ball up? Or was it Edward? Was it Edward or was it Mo?
Yeah, it's Edward.
That was Edward, yeah.
It was Edward that played, yeah. He holds the ball up, and then can Ayew kind of do what you can do? You know what I'm saying? So, again, like, I do agree with the whole attacking thing. My thing is that I just don't know what Kai Havertz offers going forward. I just don't get that one. I think I'd rather, like, I've actually seen the light. I'd rather just see what ESR has to offer.
I hear you. I thought once with that, I feel like you'll see
or
what
even
Trossard.
or even Trossard, or even
Yeah,
Trossard.
that as well. But I feel like with Havertz, you'll see what Havertz offers more when we play Brighton and City and teams like that. I feel like we're getting, as of now, I hear why you think that. I'll be real, but
is Smith Rowe fit, by the way?
Yeah, Smith Rowe is fit. Smith Rowe is fit. I just want to say one thing quickly on Declan Rice here, like, because I need my flowers in it. Because when I was saying in the summer, like during the transfer window, he's the best DM in the world in my opinion. People even have him in the top 3 DMs in the Prem, and I was there trying to beat his drum. Pause. And man, they were doing the whole kids, you're deluded. And now when it's happened, he puts in a man of match performance. I get no credit.
Because the
because 2 man of the matches doesn't mean
but this is the beginning.
Fuck me at the end of the season, and then you can ask this question, bro.
No, but Corey, it's only going to get better.
It's
only going to get better. He's just come to the club.
But that's fine. That's fine. But but Kate, you don't need to tell me that now. End of the season, then you can speak your bars.
Right, I'm gonna need my
then,
flowers in it. I'll be real.
I just don't want to hear it.
I like you. End of the season, when he's lifting that Prem, and he's saying Mikel taught me all this. He's a great manager. That's when you'll get your props.
Wait, can I say something as well? Because big up Faisal.
Personally judging him.
Oh, go on. Oh.
No, I'm just saying, like, not even if you guys don't win the Premier League, you can still have a good season in it. And if Rice has a very good season, then Keys can spit his bars then. Right now, it's been
there'll be no spit. I just want my flowers. That's it. I don't need to say anything.
I'll give you your flowers. He won't. I don't think you'll be.
But like right now, looking better than Basuma. And one costs 100 million, one costs 25.
That's a lie.
Let's just give it a second.
Let's just give it a sec. That's a lie.
Corey, you sit there with 32-year-old Casemiro.
That's a big lie.
Thank you. Yeah, even this is what I'm saying. Someone in the comments. So look at this comment. What's the point? What's the point? What is the point, Corey? Look at the comment. What's the point?
Oh, bro.
You man said
it doesn't mean you go making a reactionary statement.
You man said he was an average DM that's not worth 100
million. You know what?
Man wrong. That's it.
You know what?
Who said average DM? Who said that?
Bro, man didn't even have him in top 3 in the
No one said he's the average DM. We just didn't say he's the best in the world.
Who's your top 3 average? Who's your top 3?
Wait, hold on a second. Being top 3. Are you listening to what you're saying right now? So
bro,
top 3,
I was top 3, top 5. Man did not have him in there.
Yes, he
was. And if you say you did, you're lying. You're lying.
Hold on a second. We spoke about the world then.
Kids.
About the world.
In the Prem, the top 3 DMs we established, and you on this stream, because when we said top 3 DMs last season, Partey, Rodri, Casemiro. And
No, I
Rice
did
was
not.
No, he
and
didn't. He didn't.
hold on. I will go back to streams if I have to when we had DM arguments. I'm not saying Kids
Go
never
on.
rated Rice. We know Kids rates Rice. We know Kids rates Rice. But when we had who's the best DM in the league arguments, Rice was not mentioned on the stream.
Yes, they was.
Oh, yeah, no.
Yes, they was. But bro, the last stream, let's talk about in the summer, and like going back to maybe let's say March, April. I've been saying Rice is the best DM in the world. I said it. Go back. Just go back and say.
You said it. You said it when you said it during. You said Rice was the best DM in the world when he was shoe on basically coming to Arsenal.
No,
Yeah.
I did not, bro. I literally didn't. I'll be
Alright.
real. Bro, don't forget, we've been linked for Rice for a minute. For a minute, bro. Don't forget. Because it got reported mid-season that Mikel wanted him in the summer.
All right. Listen,
In
I
that
don't want to turn this into a Rice slander fest because you say he's the best DM in the world when he's not. At the end of the day, he's got 2 man of the matches, 2 great performances. Bro, he's not even the best DM in his team, in my opinion. So, like, that's where I sit with it.
That's deluded, and I'm deluded when I hear stuff like that.
That's not deluded.
So you're saying Partey's better than Rice. So you think Partey's better than Rice, basically? You're saying.
Well, Partey was being spoken about louder than Rice last season, and by the Arsenal faithful, and by you during the season, not ending the season during the season.
No, not by me, bro. You keep saying me. I did not.
So you weren't fighting Rice's battles against Rodri and Casemiro last season. Were you not? Yes.
You can ask Ethan. I've had conversations with Ethan.
Forget that. Listen,
Kids, you want me to vouch for you?
No,
hold on.
Wait, kids, you want me to vouch for you? Sick
It's
of
not
it.
you're good, bro. That's can't you bait.
Kids, whatever conversations you had with Ethan one-to-one, that does not concern me. I'm talking about what you have said to me and on stream, and the person's battles you were fighting during the season was Thomas Partey before he got injured. Sorry, before he fell off, and Xhaka was the one who stepped up, and Partey was the best performing DM in the league. You was all there for that.
I never said he was the best. I never said he was the best in the league. I never said that. I've always been on this Rice train. Always.
Kids.
But it's fine. Like,
I mean,
no matter, and it's funny, you done well as well, because no matter when it come regardless. Because I said it. Rice is the best thing.
This reminds me of when you were doing the centre back thing as well. Like a lot of your fan base done it too. It was first of all Saliba. Then it rapidly turned to Gabriel. Like I understand that. You think Rice is hard.
Bro, when did I say
Rice is hard? But yeah, I understand that you think Rice is hard. He is hard. Yeah, and you were screaming his name that he's hard from before. But at the same time, he was not in the top 3, and you were all in for that. You understood that. So for now, him to elevate his performance now, yeah, and now you're trying to put him into top 3. I'm personally, I don't agree. Personally, I don't agree with it still. But this is now you making it clear that Rice is in top 3, bro. Do you not think if you said Rice is in top 3, we wouldn't be bringing it up?
Corey, you keep saying now. How many, bro? Even the chat can vouch. I've been saying that Rice is the best in the world. It's not just today.
I'm talking about last season. Last season when Arsenal were high flying top of the league, when Casemiro even scored the goal in the final, when Casemiro started doing the matting before he was getting his red card, when that was all happening, you was fighting Partey's battle over Casemiro.
Rice never got mentioned.
Yeah, it wasn't. You weren't here going, guys, what are you talking about? Why are we talking about Rodri, Partey, and Casemiro? What about Declan Rice? Like, he's the best out of these. He was not saying that.
Because you never included him in the argument. The argument was Partey. The argument was Partey. Casemiro and Rodri. Right, all right, cool. Bro, listen to this. If you make up a debate with 3 footballers, Partey, Casemiro, and Rodri, why am I? If you say to me who's the best out of these 3, why am I going to say no? Declan Rice is better than all of them?
That's not the way the argument went. That's not the way the argument went, because the argument was who is the best in the league. It's not I'm going to pick 3 players and we're going to keep it around those 3 players. It was I've never once said Partey is the best in the league, so I don't understand that.
I'm not saying we're not saying you did.
Hey, kids, 1 second. Let me stop this here. Wait, for starters, why are we having a discussion about who is the best DM in the world in the league? It doesn't matter right now. Declan Rice
I've
has
got
had
both.
two.
I have both.
Bro,
Literally,
Declan Rice.
Keir said he wants his flowers. Keir said he
Because
wants his
Keir
flowers
said he
now.
wants his flowers. Yeah.
Yeah,
He
this is
said he
dead.
wants his
This
flowers.
is dead. Forget
I-
my flowers. I
You're
just
not-
want.
you're not
I
getting
want
no
my
flowers.
I've got my
flowers.
six. I've got my six,
statement.
and I'll move.
It was
I'll
my
move.
statement.
Bro, it's
Casey,
two games. It's two
Casey,
games.
what's your
Two
take?
games,
All right,
G.
well, Casey, let me get your take and then we'll move on then. What's your take on your compatriot Kears saying that he was all in on the Rice train last season when Partey was being named the best DM in the league?
That's not. It's not true, Kiz. You did say that Partey was
Wow.
the best DM in the league. Like we've been saying it. When Partey was playing DM, Xhaka and Odegaard was our midfield.
I don't remember. I do not. Someone needs to
That's fine.
find.
You probably said it. In fact, not you probably said it. You did say it.
Because it wasn't on here.
After a game.
It wasn't on here. That I can guarantee. It was not on here.
Oh, so FaceTime.
So where was it?
Nice.
And then word to month, forget all the conversations on FaceTime. Forget them. We're talking about BSB. What, right, Months?
Right. On BSB,
Yeah.
I don't remember
So
you
when
saying
did I say on BSB that Partey was the best in the world?
No, but I'm not. Kids,
Not in the world. Not in the world. Not in the world.
You said
Never.
I'm not saying you said that, Kate. I'm not saying that you said that Partey is the best DM in the league. I'm not saying you said that. I'm saying that when we were speaking about who we thought was the best DM in the league, you never mentioned Declan Rice.
I wouldn't need to, because the debate was who's better out of Casemiro and Rodri.
No, the debate was who's the best in the league. The debate was who's the best in the league, Kate.
Oh my god, bro.
Kid.
Yeah,
let's move on.
Yeah, we're just gonna move on to United.
And I've got both in it. I've got Partey and Rice.
Kate, it's scaring me that you haven't just. It's alright to just be like, cool, yeah, I said it in the moment, whatever, in it. Like,
Yeah, but I never said it. I'm not gonna admit something I didn't do.
Like, bro, so it's crazy to say that you never thought, like, you was fighting Partey's battles last season.
Only up until a point where I realized that Declan Rice was the best. As soon as I realized that point,
that realization when he was linked to Arsenal.
No, that's what you think it is. But you don't know what I've done it.
I'm asking.
No, it was not. It was not. And like I said, Ethan is sitting there now. That's the reason why he's quiet, is because he knows that is true. That's why he's quiet. If it wasn't true, he would. You know what Ethan's like.
That's fine. Well, Casey just said that you said it as well. So what do we do now?
Again,
see what I'm saying? So
on FaceTime.
On Facebook, no,
probably a year, 2 years ago.
How about this? There's about 100 streams I might have to.
No. The thing is, nobody can draw me out. It's impossible to draw me out right now.
Wintel, just probably go to the one where Partey bagged. And
go to any. If you find that clip,
yeah, the one where I'll the Newcastle final. I'll try. Yeah, I'll go to anyone where Partey scored. Go
to anyone.
Find the clip. Casemiro scored the goal.
Yes, find the clip, bro. Man, try to draw me out, you know.
I'm pretty sure after the NLD, man was saying Partey was the best DM in the league. But that's especially when
Yeah, probably. This is what I'm saying. Probably. I wouldn't. I'm not saying I didn't say it, but
bro, how about this? How about this, Casey? He was the best performing DM in the league. That's just so crazy. He was at the time. He was.
Rice was never there.
Like I said, but that's my opinion. My opinion can change. Your point is dead because my opinion can change. I never once said that. No, this is where it is. Stand still on that.
Ethan, please take note of
it. I'm with
Listen to
Harata.
this.
Just give him his flowers and move on.
My opinion can change.
Bro,
Kiz,
it can.
Thank you.
Here's his original point. You're right, because Kiz's original point was Rice is the best since last season.
Yes, and I admit that. So therefore, I think he's the best since last year. That's a long time.
Wait, can you be precise? By the way, when last year?
No, man, them we'll just have to carry this on.
Let's move on. Impossible.
Let's move on.
Kids ain't gonna budge.
Can't draw me out.
And yeah, he's kids. If you get this one wrong,
Yeah,
brother.
find the clip. Find it.
Yeah, bro. Just tomorrow clips. Don't worry, we'll find some clips. Moving on. Eric Ten Hag under pressure. He has been under some serious scrutiny from the United fans over the last few days. It's a funny one. It's a tricky one, Corey. Obviously, we'll start with you. United's midfield issues looking more, dangerous than ever at the moment. we got Leah's changing United's finishing in the table, dropping it all the way to like maybe outside the top 4. Is it too early for any of that?
Bro, it's been 2 games. We're gonna need a lot of changes to convince the fan base and affect the game better. But I don't think even top 4 now you still don't know guaranteed, innit? So I'm not too sure about this overreaction from certain fan bases, which is granted because you're rivals, you're there to make agendas. But I don't think it's too much. Like it's not a huge concern. If we're like 5 to 7 games in and it's not looking good, then that's a concern to me. But until then,
I don't know. What's the main issue that's going on right now that you will track? What's the main thing? Like, is it the selection, team selection? Is it the cohesion in attack? Like, what is it?
I personally think it's our finishing. I think that's the biggest problem. Obviously, the midfield doesn't work, but that's been very clear. But the problem I have with our attack is right now we can't hit a barn door. We get so many chances in the game to score. You can go check. You can check yourselves. We've created as much as any of you guys, but we just can't score. That's the problem. We need somebody potent up there to score the goals. Like if it's not Rashford, then who?
Didn't you buy Anthony for that? Didn't you buy Sancho for that? Isn't Garnacho?
Did, but it's not working, and that's
Martial.
That's our problem. I'm saying this is our problem. Like you're telling me we bought all these players. Yes, we did, but it's not working. So that's our problem. That's what we need to fix. So,
isn't that on Ten Hag? He bought Anthony. He trusted Garnacho.
Well, it is.
Now he's bought Rasmus.
For sure, that's on Ten Hag. For sure, it's on Ten Hag. But I'm not gonna sit there after 2 games and be like, Ten Hag, like I'm Ten Hag out, or I'm considering.
No. I don't think it should be that.
Ten Hag out.
I don't think he should.
I watched my team lose 4-0 and 3-0 on the bounce. First 2 games of the season.
Corey, can I ask a question, please? Why is it, And this is the reason why I feel like Human should be on Ten Hag heavily in it, because this just to me made no sense.
Heavily.
Yeah, heavily, bro. Deep it, bro. Alright, cool, man. Them, your pre-seasons as a club. What are your pre-seasons mainly for? Your pre-season
fitness
to get fit,
fitness, test the new formations, right? Stuff like that.
Oh, he did. He put Sancho false 9.
Not correct once. Now, explain to me why he tested out Sancho false 9 for almost like the whole pre-season for him just to play Rashford up front. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, Sancho, when he played false 9, you beat us 2-0. Yeah? You beat us 2-0. Then the minute the Prem starts, he just completely drops that idea and he plays Rashford up front, who he know is not good enough up front because he can't hold up the ball.
I'm getting weird.
This is what I'm saying with the attack, innit? That's why I said this is where I'm concerned the most with the attack and the goal output. Bro, something's got to change. Like you can't keep on playing Rashford up top. Like I know out of everyone in that front line, more than likely it's Rashford that's going to score, but you got to put Rashford back to where he plays, which is the left wing. And even if that's obviously Martial, I don't know if he's properly fit, but he came on and in that Tottenham game saw different gameplay. You saw Man United playing a different way. Like the way we were playing was way more fluent than having Rashford up there. Like Martial knows what to do as a number 9, and this gets to my second point. With obviously, I think Højlund's back. I'm not too sure, but if he is back, you'd probably start to see a better attacking side of Manchester United. Maybe not the possession side, if it's Mount and Bruno, but finishing the chances. I'd like to think that Højlund's going to be doing that.
Corey, that still doesn't really answer the question.
Yeah, that don't answer it.
In terms of like, I hear what you're saying. Like when Rasmus is back, he's gonna be playing up top, and cool, you'll see a difference. But in the absence, why is man gone for Rashford instead of Martial or Sancho?
That's just your manager being dumb. And
because I just think that's like just it's reaction. No, not even reactionary. I think that's just like the default code, isn't it? Like, if no one's there, just put Rashford like FIFA type beat. If no one's there, all my strikers are injured.
That's what I was looking for.
I'm playing with Manchester United.
So that's what your manager's on.
That's your manager's doing FIFA.
Your manager's doing FIFA type beat.
I don't
you called him elite last season.
I don't need to be on.
Yeah, I was wrong. I admit that. He's looking like a fraud. I said it. He's looking like one fraud. Bro, I ain't gonna lie.
You can't say after 2 games he's looking like a fraud.
It's not just 2 games.
You literally can't say that.
It's not just the biggest concern. The biggest concern should be that this is exactly how he started the season last season, but he's managed to have a year on some of his main signings in Anthony and Lissandro, and neither of them look any better than last season. If anything, Martinez has gone down. And then you have Mason Mount, who, hasn't done anything really.
And that is his signing, Casey. Is his signing.
The whole team as a whole, they don't look fit. They don't look like they're ready. They don't look like they have any energy. Like, I'm baffed. Everyone was lauding the preseason. Like, you don't remember, Corey, how you was bigging up your preseason. Yeah, I beat Arsenal. This, that. This is how we move.
You played that one there.
Yeah, bro, remember that. You haven't played the top side. We played top side. This, that.
Go on. I'll let you finish. Go on.
Yeah, thanks. Finish what you're that's what I'm saying. So you like talking about how you played top sides and all these things, and you're ready, bro. To me, you're looking as ill prepared as anyone in this league.
Facts.
And that's a big worry, bro. A big worry. But yeah.
Okay. So first of all, I just want to clear this air. This thing you guys keep on running with. Montel started it first. Oh, we've had such a great preseason. We're ready for the season. I have never said that. Go and look on BSB. I haven't said that. You've spoken about preseason games. Yes, you did. You said it.
FaceTime calls, bro. FaceTime calls.
You said it last. No, it's not. Okay,
stop
being silly.
But yeah, Corey, do you know what? I'll correct you.
But the what do you call it? Yeah, this consensus of me saying, "Oh, we've had a great preseason. We're ready for the season." I have not said that. So let's stop that. I've only spoken about our preseason. It's when I was speaking with Ethan, when Ethan was saying, "Oh, we've beaten all these teams." I said, "But what big side have you played?" That's all I've said. And then you guys said the Barcelona thing. That's the only time I've brought up Manchester United playing teams in preseason.
Look how that works out.
Corey,
you get that, yeah?
Corey.
Let's stop that from now.
Corey. So I think you've got that one wrong. No one's saying you said we've had a great preseason. We're talking about.
Just said that.
No. We're talking about that. We're talking about fair enough. Then I'm talking about the energy you showed when you were on your winning fruit. When you won your first 3 games, I think you beat 3 good teams: Arsenal, Marseille, Lyon, or Marseille, one of them, and you beat someone else. But it was at that time the energy was completely different at that time. And then to the back end of preseason, I didn't hear you speak about preseason at all. Correlation to you guys losing 3 games in a row. Only you. Hold on. Correlation to you losing your 3 games. Only you will know that personally.
Yeah.
And obviously, I also think a part to play was that we hadn't seen Mount yet set foot on Premier League soil for Manchester United. So at that point, there's still like preseason is still preseason at the end of the day, and you want to see it in action in the Premier League. Man United's first game was Wolves at home, so you easily could have said bad preseason, Wolves at home, we wished them up, everything's back to normal. Do you know what I'm saying? You go that way with it, but because it's gone the complete other way, I think that's where everyone's sort of questioning is. It's not even due to the back end of the season, because if you look at the back end of the season, man, you weren't that great. Everyone's saying it's only 2 games, man. You weren't great at the end of last season.
That's what I'm saying.
They weren't. You look, I said that you look at this point, you look are Casemiro away from looking at Brentford, from being Brentford, bro. At this moment in time, that's how bad it is. That's how bad you man are going forward right now. And you guys are good defensive. I still think defensively you guys are fine. But going forward, with the whole current tactic of Anthony, looking how he looks, Rashford playing up front, and Garnacho having not enough Premier League experience to affect the game from the start, as opposed to coming on as a substitute, there's no need of being moved there. If you can make a Casemiro, who is one of the best DMs in the league, one of the most consistent DMs in the last 10 years, to look this bad, there is serious problems. And that is something that you can't look at over 2 games. That is bigger than 2 games for me.
Once, just to add to your point, there was some stat that I think one of you lot dropped in the group chat from Jamie Carragher, talking about midfield this season so far. And I know it's very short sample size of 2 games, but the stats are astonishing, bro. For your midfield, Corey, between your starting midfield of Mount, Casemiro, and Bruno, they've been dribbled past, I think it was like a total of 17 times in 2 games. 17 times. Casemiro himself was 7. Double the next person in the list. Like, to me, that's a major issue. Now, I think, yes, it's slightly because Mount's not as good defensively as a Fred, but at the same time, Casemiro is elite. So if he knows that, there's certain things that I watched in that Tottenham game. A man's just running into, like, pressing players aimlessly and just leaving space. Madders was just having a field day, dropping a shoulder. Madders is technically gifted, bro. Just dropping a shoulder, boom, Casemiro is just left exposed. Bissy doing the same thing, just turning, Casemiro is just left exposed, flat-footed. Like, I get, Corey, that there will be some issues, but to this extent, I think that Casemiro needs some looking at also, not just Mount makes it imbalance, so that's why Casemiro is exposed. In the like, Casemiro himself isn't looking the same either. None of the team are. Martinez is dropped off a cliff. Varane's the only one who can. Varane and Onana can hold their head up high and say, you know what, I've done my thing. I've done my preseason.
And Martinez, I think he's been very good.
Martinez,
he's been all right.
What this season?
Bro, Martinez had a good game versus Spurs, but it was the own goal that people were looking at. He had a good
but not the game before that though. He got hooked.
Yeah, the game. I'm talking about the Spurs game.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and Wan-Bissaka maybe, but the rest of them, no one looks on it. So, yeah, man, I'll be worried if I was you, boy.
Yeah, United just they don't fit me.
Yeah, there is cause for concern, but does that mean there's this mad pressure on Ten Hag? No.
No questioning of Ten Hag. We're
There
not
isn't.
talking like it's not his job's not under, bro. His job
or even Cassie right now, bro. If I'm looking at having, I don't know, a different pairing of Mount and Bruno, if I'm having like Fred and Bruno with Cassie at the back, and I'm getting that, then I'm concerned. Then I'm really concerned. That's a big issue. But like this, like we was all saying this before the first game. We was all saying it during preseason. Mount and Bruno don't work. There's no defensive side to them. We were saying that.
But your manager spent all that bread on him. So,
but the thing is, bro, like, whenever Ten Hag does something right, he's a revelation. But now, man, they're going a little bit of pressure.
No, wait 1 second, Monto. He's to blame for that. We're not saying he isn't to blame for that. But am I saying, Ten Hag, I'm on you? I'm not on you like that. Just fix it up. It's as simple as that. Just go and fix it.
I hear it, man. It sounds to me like you, man, a little bit. Like,
you have some money in the bank. Use that and fix it. Like I'm not on you heavily yet. If I'm continuously seeing you do the same thing and we're saying it before it even happens, I'm questioning you now. I'm questioning Ten Hag.
Well, he has.
Why are we all seeing this? Yes, but he has money in the bank. So
the one crowd.
Yeah, all right.
No, he's finishing third as well. Word to you.
Listen,
he's finishing the Champions League position.
Listen, as you said, Corey, it is only 2 games. I just think people don't like pressure. And if you're good enough, pressure will create diamonds in it. But we'll have to see. As I said, we haven't even talked about style of play. We'll get to that another day. But Ten Hag's style of play we don't even know what that is at the moment. So he is under pressure. He is under pressure in my opinion.
Spicy only ball.
He's not under pressure as in like to lose his job, but question marks in it. There are question marks there, and those are clear as day at the moment. Obviously, just to finish off, Jeremy Doku obviously on his way to Manchester City. Goodbye, people. Chat, is that goodbye?
I'm not rating it, man.
Not
I'm
moved
sorry.
by it.
Not moved at all, man. I can't lie. And that's nothing against him as a player. I feel like he is a good player from what I've seen. But this is Manchester City we're talking about. Like, come on now. Like, there's levels in it. And I just don't think he's at the required level. Because they obviously City going to want to compete for everything. And I don't think Doku, as the Mars replacement, is the right guy to compete for everything. I don't see it, me personally.
Well, what we'll do, as I said, we'll talk more about Doku tomorrow as well. Big up Wu-Tang and me over the super chat as well, by the way. It says, kids, in what world is Rice better than Roger? The eyes. Hey, man, you got to watch back some of the
I don't
shows.
think he's better. He's up there with him, innit? He's up there.
Yeah. But you look, make sure you smash the like. Hold on. Wait, guys, make sure we like and subscribe to the video if you are watching this back also. You guys matter just as much when you are watching this back. So smash the like button. Let's get to well over 250 likes. Still 150 people in here. Stay here and we'll go over to James Redmond's stream where we're going to be talking all things Liverpool right now. So as soon as you head over, type in BSB Raid and we'll be over there. We're going to have to end this right now. Big up everyone. Big up all the members. It's been another episode of Big Six Bands, guys. We have to end it here. Take care and we'll see you soon.
Good.